5 a.m. gym session. Mondays are my favorite days. Yeah. What's good, people? Turn this camera around. There you go. All right, 5 a.m. lab session. We are back back in the building, man. Back in it at 5 a.m. And honestly, this is what it's all about. It's the day after, right? Got a lot of people out there work out one day and then you don't see them again for another 3 months. Got a pretty decent workout yesterday. Decent workout the day before. Even though we got to go into the office in roughly about 2 hours. Yeah, roughly about 2 hours. The grind don't stop. We got to get it in right now. All right, get it in before we go into the office, and then we'll get in again after we get out. But this is how I start my mornings. How I prefer to start my mornings. In the gym. I mean, y'all can kind of see outside. There is no light, no nothing outside of what's in the gym right now. Nobody. Everybody is still in their beds, knocked out, sleep. This is when champions are born right here. When everybody's in their bed sleeping, we working. Get my butt up early in the morning and get after it. It's a different level of dedication, man. You got some people that talk about it, and then you got people out there that actually live it. They actually walk the talk. Some people say they want to work out, they want to get in shape, they want to lose weight. How many of those people actually stick to that thing? I give them one day, maybe 2. After that first day, nowhere to be found. They get ghost on you. Like, what happened? I thought you said that this is what you wanted. And that's the thing, man. I stay committed to whatever the journey is long after that feeling goes away. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you. How you doing? I'm good, big dog. How you doing, man? Good morning, good morning. Well, let me switch out real quick. We're just gonna be really doing the treadmill today, man. Treadmill, we get on the treadmill. After this, we gotta get our little 5-minute jump rope, and then we're gonna get into it today, man. Here's the thing, man. Forget the outfit, all right? Most people, when you see they got that little cute gym clothes, gym outfits on and stuff, they might not spend time on that bitch, man. I'm here to work. I look pretty. And anymore, who pulled that general out? Nobody. Definition of a leader. And just good. Believes in one thing. Whatever Key say, we follow. I don't know. Respect didn't give it to no damn body. Come back to love. Man, say my fault. It ain't time for that. It's time to do what we do. Killing each other. hungry. Wake up every morning. Most people don't know what that's like, man. They don't know what that's like to wake up every morning hungry. Hungrier than the day before. Because those people don't have no star. I ain't figured it out yet. When you got a passion, when you got goals and dreams, that should fuel you. Forget everything else, forget everybody else. All you gotta do is just give me a target. And I'm gonna start coming up with a plan. How we gonna hit those goals? How we gonna hit them dreams? What we going after today? Grind don't stop, baby. Like I said, rent is due every day. What you put in is what you get out. If you don't put anything in, don't expect to take anything out of that bank. You don't get no rewards. Another day, another dollar, baby. Let's go. And also, it's cold in my house, so that's why I dress in sweats some days. Normally, when I get up, I turn that doggone AC up. It's 60 something right now. During the day, I prefer, especially when I get up the first one, to be like around like 70 something. Coming down the desert. Effort, baby. Crazy thing is, I've never been the biggest, never been the fastest, never been the strongest. But one thing that I've always been able to do is outlast my opponents. Effort. Every day, every minute, every hour, every second, every rep. Trust me, we coming back full speed. So you gotta be ready. Care how big you is. Care how much you weigh, I don't care how fast, how quick. 5-star, 4-star. Where you come from, none of that matters. So when we line up, I'm in front of you, you in front of me, you better bring it. You better bring it. And we also got the steam room today too. We got no close up buttons, don't worry. They praise quarterbacks. You see, being able to keep offenses consistent for so long. Top 5. Left one thing. 52. The most consistent thing Ravens ever had. pour some more. 10 years plus, different level of wisdom, different level of punishment. I'm gonna live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings are tarnished. Your mark. Boom. Here it is. Here it is. Let's go, let's go. All right. Money. Wake up and let's get that money, people. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're gonna go ahead and head to the next spot. I fold everything in my dirty clothes, don't judge me. Okay? Just that type of guy, don't judge. Leave your mark. Just a different type of guy, baby. Just a different type of guy. We're gonna put these shoes on and we're gonna get to work. What up, what up, what up? What's going on, King? What up, Hulk? What up, man? Y'all got some names on y'all. I'm messing with you. It's all love. Here's the thing, man. Express something to y'all. This is a lonely road. A lot of people don't want to hear. This is a very, very lonely road at times. You know, when you're on the way to your goals and your dreams, they don't tell you most of those nights, most of those days, you're gonna be alone. You're gonna have a lot of people that you grew up with, a lot of people that you were raised with, that you might have to leave by the wayside. When I say that, I mean, you want to go together. You want to inspire. You want to encourage. You want to bring people with you. That's natural for most people, right? Life is honestly about like relationships. A lot of y'all got people out there, whether it be your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncles, your parents, your guardians, your friends, that you would absolutely love to be with you. So y'all can celebrate together, right? Sounds good. An idea popping your head. The truth is though, most of the time, they're not gonna come. Most of the time when you look up and you think those people are gonna be there, they're not. The tough truth, man. Even those people that start a journey with you, in most cases, most of the time, those people are not gonna stay committed. But here's the thing. So, there's a lot of people that's looking for a reason to make an excuse for why they're not gonna make it to the gym, why they're not gonna stay committed. You can either be a follower, you got a decision that you gotta make, that's that fork at the road. You can either be a follower and follow them, or you can be a leader and do your own thing. Stick to it. Keep going. That's why I say, listen, I stay committed to whatever that is long after that feeling disappears. It don't matter. The thing is, the sad part is, if you stay average and you stay good or whatever, you'll probably never get to where you want to be in life. This is the hard truth. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. That's the hard truth. You reaching your goals, honestly, it don't make a difference where you come from. It don't make a difference if you grew up in poverty, came from the hood, grew up without a mom, grew up without a dad. Because the reality is there have been so many people before you that have did it without any of those things. If you never activate who you are, activate your own mindset, the environment, where you come from, none of that stuff matters anyway. It's all about you. You control you. When I realized that, bro, that honestly changed my life. It don't make a difference where you come from. It don't make a difference if you came from privilege, came from money, had a dad, had a mom. It don't make a difference. Because the truth is, you got so many people that grew up in a 2-parent household, and they still out here struggling. They are still out here struggling with the same things that people that didn't have those things growing up are struggling with. You just got to activate you, man. So I always tell people, man, look in that mirror. You control you. You control your destiny. And unfortunately, some people got to actually go through something. Some people have to get locked up to realize this. Some people have to lose other people to realize this. All right, let's go. Let's see, that got enough charge. And then y'all are good as well too. Cool. So we about to go ahead and get in this. See, here's the thing, right? It's so easy for other people. It's so easy for you to put it on your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your cousin, your teacher, your coach. That's the easy part. Because if I give them the keys and I blame them, I don't have to do anything. That's it. But when you start taking accountability and saying, yo, I'm in control, that put everything on you. You control your life, man. Stop being bitter. Being bitter gets you nowhere. Ask those people that are bitter. I'm telling you. Ask them. I peaked game, man, and I just noticed something at a very young age. I was just like, it's a reason why those people continue to fail. I would tell you this, if blaming could get you out of those situations, if blaming could get you that lifestyle, then I would tell you to keep doing it. Keep doing it. But if you look at most people that blame, where are they? Stuck at the bottom. Simple as that. Let's get it, man. See, here's the thing, man. Most of y'all are going because y'all haven't got the help. You got a lot of people out there that don't do the work, right? They don't deal with those childhood traumas. Y'all, whether you got beef with the people that you grew up with, the people that raised you or whatever, they hold on to that hatred. And then they realize later on in life, a lot of those people don't fumble the bag. They get to the top and they lose it. Why? Because they didn't do the work. They didn't go and seek professional help. They didn't go and talk to those individuals, man, and get some type of closure or clarity. And they end up destroying themselves. Even after they done made it. I've seen so many people, bro, because of that. Because that hatred, that bitterness fueled them. And that was the reason why they ended up fall from grace. Y'all know we review so much content, man. You know, and I'm big on learning from other people. Like I'm paying attention to those other people and seeing where they are. And like, yo, okay, I see this person made this mistake. This person made that mistake. So when I look at leaders, when I look at people that have made it, people that continue to excel in life, what's the common denominator in those situations, bro? Like, those people are able to forgive. Those people are able to move on with their lives. They're able to put one foot in front of the other. They don't hold on to, again, the past. They keep moving forward. Why? You gotta let it go, bro. You gotta let it go. That was one thing that I realized. It was something that I was holding on to. That was literally festering every second, every day, but it was in the back. Like I didn't even think about it, right? I was like, man, I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? I look at it like, yo, I just got an anger problem. You hear that a lot, right? It's very, very common in young boys. Also. That's what they say. A young boy that comes from a certain type of background, grew up and didn't have everything that he wanted or whatever. No, he just got an attitude problem. It's normal, right? No. Again, man, I'm always seeking clarity, even at a young age. Just sitting back and looking and realizing, bro, I'm not supposed to feel like this. Like, where is that anger? Where is that thing coming from? Like, it's coming from somewhere. And so, some things happened when I was younger or whatever, and it kind of forced me to sit my butt down and look at it because I had time. I had plenty of time to sit there and think about, the different things that I was going to do. How are we going to overcome this? Every time I take 2 steps forward, I get knocked 3 steps back. And it's because of that issue, my issue that I had. Always trying to fight, always want to put my hands on somebody every time we have a disagreement or I don't like what you say. I don't like the way that you're looking at me. Every time, I don't care. Family members, for anybody can get it. It don't matter. And this is win, lose, draw. I don't care about that. But you will know one thing. If you say something to me out the way, then you better be ready to throw hands. Win, lose, or draw. I just had that type of mentality, like it's on sight. Fist gonna ball up, what you say? And then I'm going to punch. But that's not a way to live life. Like, you're gonna get nowhere. You're gonna end up in 1 or 2 places. You know what I mean? So you got to figure it out, kid. You got to figure it out, man. And so, I had some mentors, some people that I grew up around that kind of put me up on game. And they started asking questions. They threw questions at me that forced me to start asking myself questions. Sitting in the bed wondering, I honestly never really thought about it like that because, again, what I have always been told, what I've always heard was, she's got an attitude problem. He's just mean. That's just KD. Nah, man, I'm not accepting it. I refuse to accept it. That's not my life. That's not the life that I want to live. Something has to change, right? And the big thing about that was taking accountability, forgiveness, not being bitter, not holding on to the things that people were saying about me and accepting that as the truth. Accepting that as, oh, that's just how he is. Nah, it has to change, bro. This has to change. I don't want to continue to go down this path. So we can either make the corrections now, or we can try to build, an empire, try to build something, and allow that stuff to come back a little bit later on and tear down everything that we done built. And so when I was at my lowest, I was like, okay, right now is when we need to go and do that work. We need to go ahead and do that groundwork. We need to go ahead and go speak to some therapists, which I did. Speak to a professional, which I did. Open up. When they ask questions, tell them the truth. And also tell yourself the truth. Get you a coach. Got me a coach, got me a mentor. Somebody that was able to make it out of there. Somebody that understood, the type of environment that I grew up in. That maybe even came from being one of those type of children or whatever. And they made it out. And now they are successful. Right? 10, 20, 30 years down the line, still haven't fallen back. Continue to excel. It's like, okay, so how did you do it? Now's not the time to talk. When you ask a question, you sit back and listen. You pay attention. You take notes. And instead of listening to the losers, the people that continue to lose in life, that are stuck in the same situation that they've been in for the last 5, 10 years, no progress. They done hit a ceiling, and they can't get over that hump. They can't put that shovel down and get themselves out of that ditch, because they continue to dig that hole. Actually paying attention to the people that are successful. I was like, you know what? I respect what you saying, fam. But I'm going over here. This person is actually successful. This person is actually moving in a way that I want to move, that I can honestly learn from. And it's not coming from a space of being bitter, being upset, being angry. This person was able to achieve a certain level of success and everything, and was able to skip through all the rest of that other mess. They didn't continue to repeat the cycle. So I was like, okay, cool. So now we got the information. Now let's take it and let's use it. Simple as that. Take off like a rocket man. I'll tell y'all, stop listening to haters. Stop listening to the trolls. Stop listening to the people that are losing. Or people oftentimes make excuses. They do things and they just go through the motions. They're not intentional. I treat my time how most people treat their money. I actually had somebody that had hit me up there, had messaged me. And one thing about me, I'm always going to be willing to help, right? But the thing is, when you ask for my help, you don't understand that I only got like a small nugget of time that, I can allocate towards helping other people, which I'm all for. But when you hit me up, there's no one understanding. I treat my time how most people treat their money. So when you hit me up, it better be ready. So, I'm going to ask you questions. All right, cool. You say you need my help with this. I don't mind. Take the time of my day to come and help you move a couch. All right? I was like, okay, cool. So I got this, that, the third that I got to do in about an hour. So, you ready now? Yeah. Okay, cool. So where are you? Well, I'm in such and such. Okay, so where's the couch? Oh, it's back at the, okay. So, you got a truck? I mean, I did have a truck earlier. I can go back and get, What we doing? And mine, I just asked, like, this is so crazy. People, they'll tell themselves. But I just asked, I was like, you know, how soon are you looking to do this? Anytime is cool. But if you start to calculate, right? If I get there, let's just say I'm about 10 minutes away. They know I'm 10 minutes away. Okay, cool. The storage place is about 30, 45 minutes away. You're not even there. You're out right now doing something else. So when you start, pretty much when you factor in all the time, it just didn't make sense. Because first you don't even have the truck. So you got to drive 30 minutes to go and get the truck. And it's going to take you 15, 20 minutes to meet me at the spot. And then we got to drive 15, 20 minutes. It just didn't make sense. You know what? I ain't gonna do it. Disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Again, when we start talking about time thing, man, I want young people, you just got to be on it, man. It has to make sense. So when I ask you, are you ready? Just be honest. If you ain't got the truck, if you're nowhere near the couch or whatever, man, you're not. You're not. You can at least sit there, I'm gonna need about 30 minutes to go pick up the bus and that, you know. And then who knows? I probably could have shifted some stuff around. Yeah, I just treat my time more than everything is pretty much on a schedule now. I still again have time in between. Everything is not from 5 to 5:30, and then from 5:30. No, there's time in between. You know what I'm saying? I might spend a little bit more time in the gym. I might spend a little extra time, you know, taking my shower, hit the spin room, the sauna room, spend a little bit of time talking to family, whatever. But for the most part, all my time has been taken up throughout the day. I don't have time to procrastinate shit. Sit there and doom scroll. That's the issue of a lot of people out there. They want to sit on their phone and just scroll all day. You can do that while you walk. Do that on the treadmill. Y'all all really cool shit, y'all. That's YouTube. Okay. My bad. I haven't been able to keep up with comments like that. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't expect people to be up and be commenting like this today. So, I pretty much just be doing a lot to hold myself accountable. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love, see we got some likes and some comments and stuff. I appreciate it. This is another layer of accountability for myself. I know how to understand when I go live. You know, potentially people can pop up, but they're like my little mirrors. Every time I look up my CD, and that's the guy that I'm competing with every day. We made, I don't know, I might cut the steam room on when I get back. Or we might just wait and hit the steam room after we just after we leave the office day. We're not gonna be there too long today. We got a little bit of stuff that we're gonna shoot early and knock out. And then I'm gonna say probably about midday, somewhere around midday, we'll be in, I hope we don't rain today. We're gonna do some shooting outside the office building. All right, let me see if I can take a little comment real quick.
y'all are arguing down in the back. It's too early in the morning for that, brother. Who's arguing with each other? Okay, somebody just said that. We got to come here. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. I see somebody commented down and they asked a question. Yo, bro, what are some workouts I can do without any equipment? Don't have much money right now. Listen, great question, my friend. I think somebody pick up and tell me to get up for that. You honestly don't need a gym membership. You know, it is definitely convenient, but one of the first things I will ask, what are you trying to do? What are we trying to accomplish? You know what I mean? I think that before we even get out here and start to exercise, start to work out, it's important that you have some type of goals. So ask yourself, what do I want to do? What am I looking to accomplish? Am I trying to gain muscle? Am I trying to lose belly fat? Like, what are we doing? Are we trying to just lose weight? Like, that would be one of the first questions that I would ask you, right? Because, again, we don't have a goal. We don't have a North Star. And how can we be intentional? You know what I mean? How can we push towards something if we just going out there and we just working on it? It don't make any sense to me. No, we're just wasting time. Just wasting time. Just going to the gym, going for a run, hitting the weights. Why? What's the purpose? It needs to be a purpose. So, I'll just say this. I think that most guys aim to have like a nice little six-pack, you know what I mean, be somewhat chiseled. I'm not one of those big beefy type of dudes, you know what I mean? I never wanted to be swole, enter a bodybuilding competition or whatever, anything like that. I'm really big on being elite. You know, I like to be fast, I like to be quick. You know, I still do flag football or whatever, so I like to be explosive. You know what I'm saying? You're talking to a person that used to race and beat cars and still will smoke a car. So I like to be light on my feet. So my program is going to be a lot different from most people, depending on what the goal is. So if you are trying to lose belly fat, trying to see your abs, 90% of that is going to be in the kitchen. Like, what are we putting into our body? Before you even get in the gym, it's all going to depend on what am I putting in my body. Because honestly, the gym is a very small percentage of you achieving the goal, believe it or not. It's going to be heavy on what am I eating? How much protein am I consuming throughout the day? How many carbs? How much fat am I putting into my body? And I used to actually joke around and talk trash about those people that used to go in the back. We'll go in the store and we look at the back of the label. You know, they got too many calories, right? And now I actually do it. I actually have an app that I use though to keep up with most of that stuff. So if you're trying to lose weight, lose belly fat, or just I'm just gonna say lose fat, then you know a lot of those people out there, you gotta pay the calorie deficit. They have so many different things online that's free that you can go and check out, and you can type in your height, your weight, whether you're male, female, or whatever, and they're gonna ask you a few other questions. And then they're gonna ask you, what are you trying to do? You're trying to bulk, you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to maintain maintenance, right? After you figure those things out, then they'll give you your macros, right? What's the amount of calories that I need to consume or stay in order to reach those goals? All right? So if it's maintenance, let's just throw a number out there. If it's maintenance, don't take this, all right, and run with it. Go and look that thing up for yourself and just throw numbers out there. Let's just say for maintenance, 3,000, or let's just say 2,500. This now is crazy. 2,500 calories for maintenance. With that, with the 3 or 2,500 calories, they want you to, I don't know, eat 200 grams of protein, I don't know, 150 grams of fat, and again, 200 grams of carbs. I don't know. You know, again, I'm just throwing numbers out there, right? And so, in order for you to maintain where you currently are, you gotta make sure when you're eating, you know, that you're consuming it. Proteins, make sure you're not going over your calories, all right? Your fats and your carbs. Making sure that you're hitting those things, but I would say the bottom line, the most important thing is making sure we're getting that protein in our body, all right? Over anything, I want to make sure I put protein first. First, protein is the most important thing. I want to make sure I'm either hitting or getting really, really close to it, all right? Now, if we are cutting, all right? If we're cutting, if we had 2,500 for maintenance, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, it's going to take 500 calories off of that thing, right? Because I think 3,500 calories and, 3,500 calories equals a gram or a pound of fat. I think I'm going to go back and check here. 3,500 calories is like, 1 pound of fat. And they recommend that somewhere around there, you want to lose anywhere from like 1.5 pounds per week. Again, pace yourself, man, because it's a marathon, not a sprint. You want to basically just gradually lose, and when you're able to track everything, and once you plateau, then you know, okay, we can make little small tweaks and see if that helps. All right, but anyway. So we went from 2,500 to 2,500. What are our proteins? I mean, what is our protein goal? What is our fat goal? What is our carb goal? All right? So once you got that, again, most of the stuff is done in the kitchen. These workouts, I would say this is the fun part. The workouts when you come in here, and again, it's still necessary. I think all 3 of these things I'm going to name is definitely necessary, but I got a doggone thing right here. Anyway, so at a calorie deficit, you want to make sure that you're hitting all of those things. All right? So after you came up with keep it easy, all right, or keep it simple, KISS. Like I said last part, I really kind of rude. Keep it very, very simple. In order for me to hit my macros, when you look at most of those people that are in the fitness industry, people that are providing, there's a reason why they meal prep. It saves time, it saves energy, it saves frustration, all of that. I can just go ahead and meal prep. I know if I eat this every single day, that's going to count for all the proteins, all the macros and stuff that I'm going to eat throughout the week. I ain't got to think about it. I can literally just go into the refrigerator, pull out that doggone little meal prep, stick it in the microwave or whatever, and after you decide to warm it up or whatever, and just eat it. I know if I do that, I'm in my macros. Next thing, all right, a push-pull workout. Again, we're gonna keep it simple. What I recommend, warm up. All right, make sure you warm up, make sure we hydrate our body, drink some water, you know, do a little light, whether it's a treadmill, you're warming up on. I normally do my little jump rope or whatever. I'm trying to get better with jump ropes again, or the Stairmaster. Those are good little things that you can do. Most of y'all people are young on this channel, so y'all can do it. All right. Do that. Then you do like a little push-pull workout. You can go, you know, again, look at what am I trying to improve? Arms, chest, abs, legs, quads, you know, calf muscle, whatever I'm trying to improve. It don't matter. Completely up to you. You can easily go get it. A push-pull workout, start 3-4 days. Out of the week, you don't need a gym. Okay, most of these things can be done outside the gym. Okay, what I do, I got my push-ups, I got my sit-ups, I got my lunges, I have my dips. You don't need gym equipment for that. Like, so when I'm in the house, you know, I do my air squats. I do my push-ups, and there's different variations. There's so many different variations for all of these different exercises. push-ups, the squats, the lunges, the Bulgarian squats. Really, really good squat to use. And I pretty much just put my foot on the chair for those Bulgarian squats and just go down. Get good at that. Body weight is all you need. You look at most of those guys, I'm not a good example, but that are locked up. Like those guys be chiseled because most of those guys just literally just use the body weight. They done took the weights out of a lot of those gyms and stuff. So, you know, you gotta work with what you got. And so, yeah, man, it's this different exercise you can use. You can literally, if you on your phone right now, you can Google it. Just Google it. Workouts that I can do outside. Yeah. Push-ups, air squats, lunges, air squats, sit-ups. And as far as the cardio and stuff though, they got this thing called the Japanese method. Go look it up, Japanese method, right? You don't need a treadmill. What you do is, it's 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. Really, really good method for you to use. Japanese use it, and when I tell you, they are some of the most lean and some of the most in shape people in the world. Especially when you start to compare it to us Americans. I'm just gonna be honest, all right? I know I'm big on fact, data, and statistics. And so, what you do is, when I say 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, 3 minutes on, you're walking, nice fast pace. And this is outside, you have to do it on the treadmill. Nice fast pace with your arms, with your legs, pumping. All right, once you hit that 3 minute mark, then you take it back down to a nice, I would say like little actual scroll. And then when you get back up, after you reach from 3 minutes to 6 minutes, boom, you go. Until you get to 9. And relax. And 15, all right, 18, relax. 21, and you get 24, relax. 27, Japanese method, right there. That right there is gonna help you. And what that do is, especially if you do it correctly, that's gonna put you in zone 2 cardio. That right there is fat burning 101. That's when your body literally, instead of using, when you're using energy, when your body uses energy, you're using one or two things. You're either using carbs for your energy, or it's using that fat that's been stored for energy. We want our body to use what? Fat that's stored. Mostly around that midsection, you know, for women, you know, it's gonna be around like this area. You know, the midsection around here, organ stuff, you know, y'all get worse, so your body kind of prioritizes it. It's a little different, right? Anyway, we want to use that fat that's being stored for energy. And so when you walk, instead of running and doing HIIT cardio, when you running, giving it your all, and you gassed out, 9 times out of 10, your body is using carbs. We don't want to use that right now. When we're doing our cardio, we want to make sure that we're focusing on that zone 2 cardio so we can burn mostly fat. All right? Mostly all this stored fat, let's use that. All right? But yeah, that's just, I think I was talking too much about it, but yeah. I think, what's your name? Party next week. That was for you, my friend. I hope that helps. Just keep in mind, y'all don't need no gym membership. Like yesterday, you know, when I was doing my zone 2 cardio, all of it took place outside, and I didn't do anything in the gym as far as my cardio goes, or whatever. Even when I got done with that, I still went home and did some at-home exercises. Yeah, you don't need the weights, you don't need the gym membership, you don't need to spend, I'm gonna say no money as far as that goes, but I think one of the common misconceptions about eating healthy is it costs more, which I completely disagree with. Completely. I literally went into Aldi, and you might have to shop around. That's the thing. You want to save money, then you're going to have to shop around. You're going to have to compare. Just like they used to do back in the good old days, man. You know what I mean? If you know you got a budget of $50, you know, we got to spend this thing wisely. All right? We might have to go to 2 different stores. We might have to go to 3 different stores. All right? Once you start getting that luxury of shopping at the same time, that means you got a little bit more money. Which listen, I ain't mad at you. You got that bread, you got that paper, good for you. But you know, you got people out there that complain about food being too much. All is a good spot, Walmart, and then you don't have to necessarily go to those stores in order for y'all to see those prices. Google them, look at apps, and see, compare and contract. What's the best thing? Again, what's gonna work for me? I literally meal prepped a week's worth of food for $25, less than $25. So that's less than $100 per month that I was able to spend on food that I was freaking stuffed. All right? Freaking stuffed. Had plenty, had more than enough, off $100, and yes, I'm talking about like just maybe a few weeks ago. And I'm honestly starting to find better options. So there is no excuse. I don't believe in making excuses. I believe in finding solutions. There's always a solution out there. I don't sit there and listen to other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take your word for it. I'll listen to what you got to say, but I'm going to go and do the research for myself, just to make sure. And so, yeah, you definitely got options out there, my friend. Definitely got options. Somebody said fake news. Is it though? Is it? Are you sure? I always say the proof is in the pudding, my friend. Hold on, y'all. All right, so we just crossed roughly about 30 minutes. Just crossed that 30-minute mark. Somebody says, are you single? That's not important. None of this stuff matters, my friend. We're not getting into relationships and stuff on this channel because it don't matter. What is important is goals. Goals. What are our goals? Are we working out? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? Somebody says, greeting master. I am definitely not your master. But hello. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Hope your morning is going good. You know. Let's get it in. Let's get it in, my friends. Same thing, man. Same thing over and over again. Same information. All right, where we at? 6:15. Yeah, I got it. Get ready to rock out. So the thing is, when I come in here, it's normally somewhere between 20 to 40 minutes. You know what I mean? When we're doing cardio or whatever, but I would say because, you know, this is early morning and yes, we did do all of this stuff fasted, which means we did not eat anything before we came into the gym. We just came straight to the gym. We got dressed, put on our clothes and stuff, got my water, and came straight here. Came straight here. You gotta make sure I'm not wearing better boxes when I come to the gym. We definitely did. I slept like that. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, man. Grind it out, people, grind it out. So what I'll do is, I'm gonna go back, shower. I used to say when I come out the door. Go ahead and shower. Then, I don't know, I might have breakfast now or I might just wait, I don't know. Right now, I'm not really all that hungry. You know, one thing we did was, I don't want to say it like that, but yeah, we just came here, we just walked. You know what I mean? And you got people that eat just to eat, and you got people that eat because they need the energy or whatever, or they're on a plan, schedule, or whatever. Me, where I'm at right now, if I get hungry, then I'll go ahead and eat. But outside of that, I'd rather spend that time just focusing on working and doing what I need to do. We're probably gonna be cleaning, I'm gonna spend some time cleaning up, whatever. All right, so we are approaching the 35-minute mark. Light work, man. It was light work, man. Nothing crazy. Just came in here. I would call this like a little maintenance workout. You know what I'm saying? Come in here, have some fun, walk around, chop it up. Sometimes we listen to music, sometimes we don't. And it just depends. Music that came on, 18 outside, firefighting. What? That's actually pretty smart. Actually using drones to fight fires. All right, buddy. We're gonna keep our firefighters safe, keep people safe. Might be a little bit quicker. Even though I would say when I was studying to be a firefighter, I thought it was best to keep that thing at the base, but hey, maybe they didn't discover something. That works. So I ain't mad at it. What we got? The next 5 days, we got a category, something that's going on. What's going on? Tropical storm. Explain why we keep getting rain. Makes sense. All right. And that's the thing, man. When you're exercising and working out, you feel good, man. Feel really, really good after getting in. Not even after a long day, we kind of start the day off on the right foot. It's a beautiful feeling. It's a sense of accomplishment early in the morning. Knowing that we done tackled maybe 80% of the thing that we need to knock out today, which was, this is technically like my rest day, but yes, we still walk. We still get on the treadmill. We're not doing anything that's, having, I don't want to say like a huge impact on our body, but it's not anything bad. This is more relaxing than anything, from my point of view. Just to come in here, instead of running, we just do some incline walking, and then we do some stretching, hit the jump rope, whatever. Dirty up some clothes, and we got to forward, flip the dirt. Oh man, I tell you what, all I can say is I love it, man. Absolutely love it. Love life. Loving life right now, man. So you say 34% chance, 30% chance of rain today. It's pretty good. I would love to see the time for it. What's looking like? Yeah, that's sharp. We're good today. Can't wait to see nothing. One business watch. Yes, sir. All right. We have to ask him for it today. Go ahead, wrap it up with this one. Great job today. Great job, man. Send it here to myself. Nice. Okay. Okay. I don't even know what gives me on this thing, honestly, I really don't. That's fire. Early that. That's dope. I'm gonna start paying attention to this stuff. I don't really be looking at stuff like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and take these shoes off, y'all. That is a wrap for today. Oh man. I do apologize for the music. That music is trash, bro. Straight trash. Another day, another dollar. Never gets old. I don't know that people now stuck to the cheat code. Yes, sir. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. My watch is basically pinging me right now. Are you finished your workout? Yes, I am. Getting my nerve. Normally, cereal pop up and ask me. Do I finish my workout? I will say yes. Julia says, good morning. What's good? What's good? What's going on, my friend? Appreciate you for tapping in with us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. As well, we got some clothes. We got some clothes for today. Ah. Whew. Yes, sir. Go back on the boxing shoes. The real boxer. I still don't really get what gifts mean. Like I be seeing them over here, but I still don't really understand gifts and the importance of those gifts and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Stuff in there. Just throw it in the bag. Look at price tags. What are you good at? All right, YouTube. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all on TikTok for tapping in with your boy early in the morning again. It still surprises me when people jump on these lives because I come from a guy, or I come to y'all as a very, very humble guy because I don't honestly expect anybody to be up at this time of morning, people to be commenting, liking the video, dropping gifts and stuff. I don't expect it, but definitely appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate y'all, all right? Anyway, until the next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. We're about to end my live stream. I'm already out there before you.
Likes, comments.
Yeah, 50%. Oh, Leak actually came on there and checked me out. That's what's up. My dog. Oh, shoot. Again, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all be easy. Peace.